Hi everyone, this is Sherwood and I want to take you on a quick tour of jQuery Mobile, which is a new platform for developing mobile websites. One of the great things that the team at jQuery has done is they've actually taken their documentation and made a mobile website out of it using their own platform. So as you can see here, this is what it looks like. Very app-like experience, very smooth, lots of touch-sensitive controls. Everything looks very much like a really refined app. If I tap on one of these buttons, you see the page transition smoothly over to the next screen. There's a lot going on behind the scenes in terms of JavaScript and Ajax, and we'll get into some of that in a second. But in terms of the look and feel, I mean, it's a very smooth experience. So let's take a look at some of the features that are interesting to us from an SEO perspective. If we go to pages and dialogues, we'll take a look at how the page transitions are handled, because that's really interesting. So let's go to anatomy of the page. Now, on a conventional website, you click a link and the old file that contained your old web page is deleted or moved to the cache, and then you load up a new file and a new page. Now, on a mobile website, that would work just fine, actually, but from a user experience perspective, it's not very smooth. So in order to give it more of an app-like feel, a more instant, more seamless feel, the jQuery team actually took it upon themselves to develop a number of different ways to load up a page. And each one has its own, quirks from an SEO perspective. So the most conventional way, and this is the demo and you can look at the source code on their website, is the single page template, which is just like a conventional website. You load up a new file and a new page comes with it. Very simple. Now, from a mobile perspective, one of the more interesting ways to do a page load is external page linking. And what they've done here is you're still loading a new web page with a new file, but instead of letting the browser wipe out the old page, you're actually having Ajax do the work for you. So there's a lot of explanation I can insert here, but long story short, Ajax makes sure you don't lose the old page when you load up the new page. So it feels very smooth. The page just loads up and you feel like you're inside of an app the whole time. Now, if you've done SEO for a while, you might ask yourself, well, Ajax, that doesn't sound very good. That sounds like trouble. But what they've done here is very clever. They've actually allowed you to place conventional links in the HTML code. So if you link to the product page, you link using product HTML. And that's it. And from a Google perspective, everything is fine. When you load it up on your phone, however, the Ajax takes over and does things very smoothly. So that's another technique that they use. Probably the most interesting one, and one that will be familiar to anyone that's done mobile for a long, long time, because this comes back from the WAP days, is the internal linked page. And what's basically happening here is it's best to stop thinking of in terms of pages and websites. Think in terms of like a PowerPoint deck, where it's all one file, but there's lots of slides you can view, and you can switch back and forth between the slides. Similar thing happening here. They've actually put a live demo here that we're going to take a look at. So lots of source code. So view multi-page template. So the idea here is you're looking at a single file here, of which this is the first frame. So this is like the first slide, and it's called foo. If I click to go to the next, quote-unquote page called bar, did you see how fast that loaded up? Now, I've got a 3G phone here. It's not terribly quick, but it didn't actually load from the web. It was actually already contained inside this one file. And I can go back and forth between pages very quickly and smoothly. You get those great side-to-side transitions. You can even open dialog boxes, and those spring open just like you would on an iPhone or an Android app. They spring into view, and again, this is all inside the same file. So you might ask yourself, is this good or is this bad for SEO? Well, it's a little bit of both. It depends on how you design your site. One of the limitations about having a mobile website is there's only a little bit of real estate on the screen. And so you might be tempted to really sell yourself short in terms of the amount of content you throw on that page. Well, in this case, with jQuery Mobile, you can actually build sections of your website that appear to contain multiple small pages that are actually all one big page. So you can really beef up that content, get indexed well, and get the search engines to see that you have a substantial website. So that's jQuery Mobile. My name is Sherwood. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the article.